I need you to do something for me right now. I want you to reach into your pocket or look around your desk and find the coin. Hold it in your hand, feel the cold metal. Now I want you to flip it. The physics are simple. Gravity, angular momentum, air resistance, the odds of it landing on heads are 50-50. We accept this. It is the law of averages. Now imagine flipping that same coin 10 times in a row and getting heads every single time. You might smile and call it a lucky streak. The odds are about 1 in 1,000. Because NASA has just released a trajectory update for the Interstellar Object 3IAtlas that defies every statistical model we have ever built. And I want you to go to the comment section right now and type the word luck if you think we are just watching a 1 in a billion cosmic coincidence. Or I want you to type the word locked if you think this object knows exactly where it is going. Because the odds of what I'm about to tell you happening by accident are not 1 in 1,000. For the last 6 months, the entire astronomical community has been tracking 3IAtlas under the comforting assumption that it was a tourist. We watched it dive toward the sun from the icy dark of deep space. We watched it brighten unexpectedly. We watched it emit that strange, focused jet of gas that pointed at the sun like a laser beam. But through all of that, we comforted ourselves with one fact: it was moving too fast to stay. We thought it was just passing through our solar system, using our sun as a gravity well to sling, but imagine flipping it 15 times, 20 times, 50 times. At a certain point, the math stops looking like luck and starts looking like a violation of reality. You stop cheering for the streak and you start checking the coin to see if it's weighted. You start looking at the person flipping it to see if they are performing a magic trick. You start to suspect that the game is rigged. I need you to keep that specific feeling in mind, that sinking, cold suspicion that a blind rock could hit Jupiter. So Atlas is threading the needle to intercept a specific, tiny, irregular moon called Eupheme. The date is set for March 17th, 2026. I want you to mark that specific date on your calendar, because that is the day the probability curve breaks. That is the day we find out if we are alone in the universe. So let me explain why this specific maneuver is so terrifying to the scientific community. Space is incomprehensibly big and mostly empty. For an object to travel light years from another star system, navigate the complex gravitational shifting of our planets, thread the narrow gap between the orbits of Mars and Earth, and then accidentally line up perfectly with the minor moon of Jupiter is statistically impossible. It is like throwing a dart from the top of the Empire State Building in New York and hitting a specific apple hanging on a tree in Tokyo. You do not make that shot by accident. You make that shot. Because you have guidance systems, the specific parameter that is causing panic at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory is something called the Hill sphere alignment. The Hill sphere is the invisible bubble around a planet where its gravity dominates satellites. To enter Jupiter's Hill sphere at the exact angle and velocity required to interact with a tiny rock like Eupheme requires a level of precision that nature simply does not produce. If 3IAtlas were just a chunk of rock only about 2 kilometers wide, it orbits Jupiter backwards in what we call a retrograde orbit. Astronomers believe it is a captured object, a piece of ancient debris that got snagged by Jupiter's gravity billions of years ago. Why would an advanced interstellar traveler care about a piece of space junk unless it isn't space junk? Unless Eupheme is a supply depot, a dumb rock tumbling through the dark, influenced only by gravity. It would miss. It would fly by millions of kilometers away. Instead, it is on a glide path so stable it looks like it was programmed. So, why Eupheme? This is where the story gets strange. Eupheme isn't like the big famous moons of Jupiter. It's not Europa with its hidden subsurface oceans that might harbor life. It's not Io with its violent, erupting volcanoes. Eupheme is a ghost. It is a small, irregular, think about it like a sailor crossing the vast Pacific Ocean. If you are a military vessel trying to stay hidden, You don't dock your ship at the big populated islands with the bright lights and the harbor masters. You stop at the tiny uninhabited rock in the middle of nowhere to restock your supplies and repair your hull. You go where no one is looking. Eupheme is the perfect parking spot for a ship that doesn't want to be bothered. It is small, it is dark, and its retrograde orbit makes it easier to match speed if you are coming in fast from the outer system against the flow of traffic. So, what happens on March 17th? There are two possibilities, and both of them rewrite human history. The first is a gravity assist. 3IAtlas might be using Jupiter to gain speed, stealing a bit of momentum to launch itself toward its next destination. Maybe it's heading for Saturn. Maybe it's heading for the edge of the system to return to the stars. If this happens, it proves the object is navigating, but it means it is leaving. The second possibility is the one that has the defense departments of three major superpowers paying very close attention. It is called orbital capture. If 3IAtlas slows down just a fraction more as it passes Eupheme, it won't leave. It will enter a stable orbit. It will become a new moon of Jupiter. Imagine the implications of that. An alien artifact parking itself in our backyard. Settling in for a long stay, it would be the ultimate observation post. We are watching a maneuver in slow motion. The 1 in 26,000 statistic isn't just a number on a spreadsheet, it is a signature. It is the difference between a leaf falling from a tree and a plane landing on a runway. One is chaos, the other is calculation. And right now, the calculations are pointing to Eupheme. So I am asking you again, look at the coin in your hand, look at the data on the screen. Do you believe in miracles of probability? Is it luck? Or is it L-O-Ek? March 17th is coming. The alignment is set, and I have a feeling that when 3IAtlas reaches Jupiter, it is going to do something that finally ends the debate. It is going to turn on the lights.